Bloomington Chief Hodges here. We're going to need your help catching this person I'm going to talk about. But real quick, I just want to talk about the instances that took place on Eid here in our city. We've seen the social media videos of people fighting. During that day, we had more cops probably than that were working in both Minneapolis and St. Paul that day. We had a lot of security guards out there. We had elders, and there were violence interrupters out there. And yet and still, these kids decide to settle beef as opposed to peace on Eid. We're dealing with a different generation here. The stuff that would normally work for the rest of us when we were growing up just doesn't work with them. So we will not tolerate that. So next year, we're gonna have a little bit higher posture than we had this year. This year's posture was higher than last year. But parents, get your kids. Get your kids. I don't want to see your kids, and I know your kids don't want to see me. Get your kids, because this is not going to be tolerated here in our city. I can assure you that. So you're hearing it here, and as we get close again next year, the posture will be announced, and I want people to understand it's based on the last 2 years we've had to increase the posture. Get your kids. All right, so I'm going to get into this person we need your help finding. And quite frankly, they should be locked up, and we shouldn't even be having to deal with you needing or us needing your help, or us needing you to help us find them. So I'm going to show this picture here of these two pictures here of this crashed Jeep. You can look and see that this had to be a brutal impact by looking at these two pictures. I'm going to show this next picture here of a person with a beer in their hand, driving. So on Saturday, March 16th at around 6:20 in the afternoon, our officers were dispatched to a motor vehicle crash on the 8400 block of Girard. When they got there, they saw the vehicle that we just had showed you. And there was a female passenger who was severely injured. Now, I'm going to show this video here of the person. This is before they crashed. So we're going to watch this quick video here. You can see how fast they're driving. This is in a neighborhood. 90 miles an hour is what they get up to. 90 in a neighborhood with a beer can in their hand. This video, part of it I'm not showing, is the female victim in this case is passed out in the front passenger seat. 90 miles an hour. So how did they crash? Well, I'm gonna play this video here. You watch him driving super fast down the street, 70 miles an hour, and then he veers off and crashes into a tree. The female passenger in this, she ended up suffering some significant injuries. She had a dislocated hip, head fracture, spleen laceration, and her chin was cut all the way to her mouth, and she is unable to breathe on her own. She has got a breathing tube in. So the person driving, Juan Ferrier, 24 years old here. You can't drive that fast, crash, and think you're just gonna get away. So we caught him, we locked him up. But, the county attorney's office released him, pending the results of the breathalyzer, the official breathalyzer test, which ended up coming back later. He was a 0.195, I think. But absent the alcohol results, Bloomington, the crime vehicular operation here, where he's driving this car and crashes and almost kills this woman, should have been enough to hold him in jail. But he's not held in jail. So right now, we need your help. We need your help finding Mr. Freire here, 24 years old. There is a nationwide warrant for his arrest. He is wanted on one count of criminal vehicular operation, another count of criminal vehicular operation while he's intoxicated. Now, the status of the woman, we're still trying to work through that. Hopefully she gets better, but if not, we need him in jail. And I'm going to show you again that first video of him driving 90 miles an hour down the street. Look at this. And he had the beer in his hand. I'm going to show this crash again. Look at this crash. Look at how fast he's driving. Look at how he impacts that tree. He should have been not let out. He should have been locked up. But now we got to go find him. And we don't know where he's at, or I'd be sitting up here with him with an orange jumpsuit. So Bloomington and anybody watching this, if you know where he's at, give us a call. And we'll put our number up here on the bottom. Or just dial 911 and say you see him with his warrant. And that's even if he's still in this country. We don't know where he's at right now. So we got to lock him up. So if you can help us out, please do. And I'm going to close on this, Bloomington. We're going to put up this flyer here. The Concerns of Police Officers is having a 5K. So for those of you who like to run, I don't like to run, but for those of you who do, and if you want to participate in a good cause, I suggest you sign up for it. This is a very good group, and they really help those families of first responders who lost their lives in the line of duty. And we had the tragedy in Burnsville. We've had multiple other tragedies here in Minnesota, and they do a phenomenal job at helping out families. They are a great organization. So if you get a chance, if you want to run, sign up. It's in St. Paul. Again, I'll put this up here again. And Bloomington, we will see you next week.